Welcome to the first episode of Logan's Playbook. I am your host, Logan Bonner. And this episode, it's just going to be a little kickoff episode. We're going to be talking through college football and NFL topics I have for the day. It includes Caleb Williams' expectations for year one. We're going to talk about Alabama post Nick Saban and a lot more. So sit back, subscribe, leave a like, comment on the video what your thoughts are on all these different topics, and let's get into it. But let's move on to some NFL talk here, man. I want to get into Caleb Williams. What hasn't already been said about Caleb Williams, but I want to talk about more specifically some realistic expectations for his year one campaign. Now, we all know this. This is the best possible situation for Caleb with the surrounding players of Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, two very good tight ends, an average to above average O-line, and DeAndre Swift in the backfield. On top of that, he has a defense that performed at a top 5 to 10 level the second half of last season. Only concern I have with this squad is the head coach, Matt Eberflus. Is he on the hot seat if they start off slow? That is something that would be kind of troublesome. If I were Chicago, I would have fired Eberflus and just started over with a new offensive head coach with Caleb Williams, just kind of wipe the slate clean. But, the defense did perform last season, and it does seem that the team likes Eberflus. But we'll see. That's going to be a very sticky situation as the season goes on. But nonetheless, I think that this is setting up to be a very good season for Caleb Williams. He's in the weaker conference in the NFC by far. There's nowhere near the amount of quarterback talent in the NFC. And last season, this team went 7-10 with Justin Fields at the helm. And I don't think Justin Fields is a bad quarterback, but last season he played very bad. He had very poor production last season, and this team still won 7 games. Who's to say that Caleb Williams isn't worth 3 wins to get this team to 10-7? It might sound kind of out there, but if you look at their schedule, it's very much so a favorable schedule, weeks 1 through 11. They don't play their first NFC North team until week 11. Why could they not start off 2-0 with, the Titans starting off right there? It's just very much so made for Caleb Williams to get his feet under him and start off very strong in his rookie. I mean, look at it. They open up with a home game against Tennessee. Then they go on the road to Houston. That'll be a tough game. Then they have the Colts, Rams, Panthers, Jags, Commanders, Cardinals, Patriots. And then they finally have Green Bay at Soldier Field for what that's worth. Who's to say that this team can't be 5-2, 5-3, 6-3? That is a very realistic start for this team. And if they allow Caleb Williams to get some confidence under him, it's going to be very dangerous for the NFL, man. I'm telling you right now, this is a squad that could absolutely be in the wild card in the NFC. They are in a tough division, though, with the Packers, who I'm very high on this year, and the Lions, who everybody is high on this year. So it's not going to be an easy road in their division, but outside of their division, this is a very winnable schedule. Now, I do get a little worrisome in the back half where they have, like I said, Detroit twice, Green Bay twice, San Francisco, even Seattle is not an easy game if you're looking at it like that. But I think if Caleb Williams is able to be somewhat reliable on a day-to-day basis for this team, I could see him having somewhere around 30 total touchdowns, 10 to 12 picks. The biggest worry for me is obviously Caleb's ability to make the big play. It can be a strength and it can be a weakness. And for this team in the NFL, turnovers are the number one way to really ruin a game. So a lot of the times in college, and Pac-12 especially, Caleb had the ability to kind of run around, throw whatever he wanted. If he turned it over, it's okay. He's just going to take his offense and go right down the field. In the NFL, if you have 1-2 turnovers, especially in a game, you're really putting your team behind the 8 ball because that other team is not going to make as many mistakes more than likely. So that's the only way I can see this team, not making the playoffs is if Caleb does try and do the miraculous too much and does turn the ball over. But to be honest, otherwise, I see him having a very successful rookie season. And I think we're talking about a Rookie of the Year campaign. But that's all we have for this first episode, guys. I appreciate you for taking a listen. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about in the comments below, make sure to drop them, and I'll try and get to them as quickly as possible. If you want to email me, it'll be in the description below. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We're on all that. And until next time, peace.